So, I see that most of you liked my video on Thomas Magazine characters. I also saw that you also wanted a sequel. Well, you know what they say. The first one makes money, milk it until you have more money. Or they say make a sequel. Hello everyone, welcome to more magazine characters from Thomas and Friends. Even though this video is a sequel, you do not have to watch the first video to understand this video. I know you are here to learn about magazine exclusive characters, so let's not waste any time. This magazine character that will be first appears in the story Peep and Sleep. In the story, Emily's having trouble sleeping because Duck is throwing a temper tantrum and blowing his whistle too loudly. Then, once Emily falls asleep, she dreams of a ghost engine that makes her fall asleep for hundreds of years. This engine is named Emily's Ghost Engine. The design for Emily's Ghost Engine is pretty cool and very ghost-like. The next character appears in the story The Most Troublesome Truck, and the character's name is Old Bennett. Old Bennett had never been washed, and he hasn't left the yard in years. But one day, Thomas had to move him, but Thomas was a little scared because, well, he was the most troublesome truck around. When Thomas took him to get loaded with all the junk, the crane operator accidentally knocked him into the water. Well, I guess he's clean now. After he got saved by a boat, he got a new paint job, and never was seen again. Since we're talking about trucks, we might as well talk about the story Think Pink. In Think Pink, Thomas gets back from the works and he is looking fire, and the trucks are jealous of him. So Sir Tom Hat, being the sneaky man he is, sends one of the trucks back to the works to get painted bright pink. And this truck's name is the Naughty Pink Truck. The next character is actually important to Annie and Clarabelle. In the story, an old friend, Annie and Clarabelle find out that their old friend of theirs, which is called Mail Coach, creative I know, is going to be scrapped. Thomas and his driver want to do something to help Mail Coach, so Thomas's driver talks to the people who own Mail Coach. And with the help of Sir Tom Hat, they buy Mail Coach, and Sir Tom Hat lets Annie and Clarabelle know that their friend is still alive and going to be used as a tool shed. These next characters appear in 3 different books, but they are all kinda a group. These engines are what I like to call the other miniature engines. We have the Safari Pink engine, the miniature red engine, and the tiny blue engine. The Safari Pink engine appears in a Spot the Difference book. It has literally no personality, and I don't think it even has artwork with it being pink. What a missed opportunity. Almost like mine. The miniature red engine appears in the book Shrinking. It has, again, no personality. It's basically just a conversation starter for Thomas and Oliver. The tiny blue engine, one with the least interesting design, appears in the book The Tiny Engine. It has no personality like all these other two, but it does make Peter Sam feel better after James tells him that he is too small to be useful. Come on, James, don't be rude to smaller engines. Just because they're not as big as you doesn't mean they're not as good. Hashtag cancel James on Twitter. Next character appears in the book Thomas and the Missing Whistle. It stars a new guard named Dave. Dave is a new guard and doesn't do well in his first day. And he's kind of relatable, honestly. I feel real bad for him. This next engine is probably one you would occasionally see people ask you if you know what this is. This character appears in Henry's Hoax, and this character's name is the Blue Overhauled Engine. This engine is going through a similar process that Henry went through when he got his new shape. And now this character doesn't get much character development, but it's kind of cool. I don't understand why he's still awake though. Isn't it like surgery? I guess we just don't understand engine biology yet, and we probably never will. This next character just belongs in the new series era. This character appears in the book The Ice Cream Van, and its name is, you guessed it, the Ice Cream Van. The Ice Cream Van is kinda a cocky character, and in the story, Daisy gets jealous of his popularity, but then he ran out of fuel, so Daisy had to help out. It's kinda cool, but I'm going to do a Coach Lightning Round because there's a lot of coaches. First up, the Animal Sanctuary Coach. It appears in the story A New Home. It was used for the Express, but then it was retired. It was found years later and was made into an animal home. The new coach first appeared in the story Clarabelle's New Friend. Annie and Clarabelle had a falling out, but then Annie had to go to work, so they got a new coach. This coach was really rude and insulted Clarabelle singing. That made her go Super Saiyan, and after that fight, the new coach was never seen again. The Play Coach first appeared in Play Train. This coach was staged from scratch by Oliver. They ended up using her to do plays. The Station Coach first appeared in the story Clever Carriages. It was found in an overgrown siding after a station was vandalized. It was used for a new station. The Posh Coaches. They appear in the story The Posh Coaches. They were borrowed because there were a lot of passengers for the summer. They were really rude to Thomas and Diesel. Next is the Special Station Master's Coach. It appears in the story The Special Station Master, and it was put next to the station so it could see all his engine's friends going by. Well, that's it for the lightning round, so let's keep on going. These next characters are Edward's friends. They appear in the story Chiff Chaff. They don't have really any personality, but cool designs. Next we have Carols on Wheels truck. It appears in the Carols on Wheels story. It has no personality. like Edward's friends. These next two characters are kind of the same. This first character comes from the story Special Bus Service. The story takes place where Birdie was brand new to Sodor. At the time, the majority of the railways closed down for repairs, and buses were in charge of getting passengers place to place. This one red bus was called the Special Bus Service, teased Birdie for being small. But Birdie, being Birdie, challenged him to a race, and Birdie won. The Special Bus Service, for some reason, saw that as proof that he was a good bus, and didn't tease Birdie after that. The next bus appears in the story The Best Bus. This character, the open-top double-decker bus, was taking a lot of Birdie's passengers, which made Thomas concerned. But then it rained, and they took Birdie instead. This next character appears in the story The White Van. It stars the White Van and the White Van Man. They came to Sodor to help out, but they found it fun making fun of the engines, which led to the engines disliking them. But then the White Van Man parks the White Van in Sir Topham Hatt's parking spot, which led to the man being towed. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. These next characters appear in the story Dodgems. The Dodgems are bumper cars, and you wouldn't expect these things to even be alive. You believe that the only way to have fun was in the fair, but one Dodgem got launched in the sea when Percy was taking them to the fair, and the Dodgem liked it, like a psycho. The others, being kinda dumb, realized that you can have fun outside of the fair. This next character appears in the story The Carnival, and the character is a new lorry named the Float Lorry. Doesn't have a personality, but how cool an episode would that be if all the engines were concerned about a new lorry coming, but in reality, it was just the float lorry. Next we have the Blue Engine. These blue engines appear in a lot of magazine stories, but the first appearance was in the story Sweet Scent. This engine maybe was originally going to be Edward, but I guess they messed up somehow. This next character is kinda a character and appears in the book Thomas and the Bluebird. In the story, Bluebird decides to just hang out in Thomas's funnel. But then Thomas goes to see Farmer Colette, which Farmer Colette actually originated from magazines, but then you gotta be in Emily's Adventure in Season 8. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Farmer Colette decides to decorate his oil tanker with the funnel and makes a replica of Thomas's face, and Bluebird moved in, so Thomas decides to call the oil tanker Bluebird. That is like the luckiest situation he could be in. Next up, we have the character Angus. Angus first appears in the book Fire Alarm, and he's a small mini fire engine, and he can sometimes be full of himself, but knows when to be serious. And for the last magazine character, we have the Tandem Rotor Helicopter. I don't know what story this character appeared in, but he was in an air show with Harold in the story that he appeared in. I'm really upset I couldn't find it, but I do know the magazine was in 2001. And that's it for this video. Now, you might be wondering about the humans. There are 114 humans, so let me know if you want me to do a video covering them. So, some of you might be surprised by this video's length, and yeah, I am too. 8 minutes. Not usual for a Games Post video. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. It helps with the YouTube algorithm recommending my videos, and it also helps motivate me to make more videos. That'll be it for me. See you all in another video. Goodbye, everyone.